Alex, I have been worried sick. You told me you're going to be home at a certain hour, and then you don't...
Relax, relax. It's been a very exciting evening.
Well, how did it go?
Very smoothly.
You had no trouble getting into Laura's apartment?
No trouble at all outside of a sticky door. And I put the fur coat underneath the bed and the plane tickets behind a picture on the wall.
And the money?
Underneath the cushion in the windowsill. It was all real neat and perfect.
No one saw you?
No one. It was perfect timing.
What do you mean?
Well, shortly after I left, Laura Baldwin showed up. Totally unaware and totally at our mercy.
Didn't see you. Where did you go after you left her apartment?
Well, I went looking for loot, naturally.
No luck, I presume?
Absolutely none. That really shouldn't matter because Laura's back in town. And that means that Luke and Laura are bound to get back together.
We'll have to keep an eye on her.
That really shouldn't be too difficult. You know Laura isn't experienced in these matters. As a matter of fact, I'm guessing that she is going to lead us right to Luke.
But who do we get to watch her?
I'll handle it myself, right after I change.
Well, Alan, it's good to see you home at a decent hour.
That isn't the lord of the manor.
Just check for some mail, have a drink, and then I've got to go out and get on business.
Business?
Is Monica home?
No, she called to say she was going to be late. I don't know, some kind of an emergency at the hospital.
Terrible traffic accident. Hospital's been backed up all night. I was working on it myself.
Oh, that was very thoughtful of you, dear cousin. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll change and be off.
Where to now?
Oh, after you're getting it, I had that special date with my special girlfriend.
Oh, yes. Well, you give her my best.
I will, thank you. Good night, dear cousin. Have a torrid evening.
Hi, it's me. I just called just to tell you that I love you and I'm on my way. Bye.
Your mistress?
I beg your pardon?
Are you going to see her again?
Yes, I am.
Damn it, Alan, I thought I got through to you last night.
You made your point very clearly. I'm going to see her. It's important.
Well, it's also dangerous. Now, you did the right thing not telling Monica the truth, but to continue seeing this woman.
I will be careful.
Well, you better be more than careful. Now, I'm warning you. Monica has stopped sitting back and watching. Now, you take it from somebody who's been around the track a couple of times. From here on in, she's going to be hot on your tail.
Oh, good Lord, what did you do?
Well, what could I do, for heaven's sakes? I was embarrassed, of course.
We're checking out. Anybody's interested, and thank you, Georgia, for last night.
It's all in a day's work.
Night, Georgia.
Good night.
But I have to say one thing. Alan was just as surprised to see me as I was to see him. I mean, you should see him trying to maneuver from table to table.
Well, did he say anything about it when you got home?
Well, that's the funny part. When he did come home, I was absolutely convinced he was going to tell me everything. I mean, he just looked like he was going to. And then all of a sudden he clammed up, and I have a feeling Edward is responsible for that.
Edward, his father? I don't believe that.
Well, there are a lot of things you don't know that I'm finding out. And I have a feeling Edward and the whole family approve of this sort of thing. So I've gone ahead, and I'm going to hire me to investigate.
I keep trying to imagine what it would be like if I told Monica everything. Maybe she possibly could have understood about the two of us, huh? Wishful thinking.
That's the trouble with Monica. She can't be wished away. What made you change your mind last night?
My father made me realize that a confession to Monica would be the same as handing her a hunting license. You should have seen her. She really thought I was going to tell her everything, and she was so smug and gloating and waiting. And I shot her down beautifully.
Well, I think you did the right thing. I was pretty upset last night. I was afraid I might never see you again once you talked to Monica.
That'll never happen. I'll never do that to you. You're right. My father is a bull-headed male chauvinist. But for all his weaknesses, he's my father. And he's head of the Quartermain family. And he's smart. He said if we start to negotiate with Monica, we've lost. Everything. Alan Jr., the trust fund. Everything.
Does he think that Monica knows about us?
He thinks she suspects. She doesn't have any real proof. But if I go ahead and I ask her for a divorce, the court's going to give her everything.
Well, that's terrific. They don't suppose he had any solutions for us.
Give her enough rope and she'll hang herself. Meanwhile, we better be damn careful not to hang our own selves in the meantime.
How far do you think she'll go?
I think she'll go as far as she has to, for as long as she has to as well. And her next move is absolutely obvious.
A detective.
Oh, sure. I wouldn't be surprised if she hasn't hired one already.
And that means that you have to leave now, right?
I'm afraid so.
I feel like I'm losing you a little bit more every day.
Don't. You're never going to lose me. Never.
Yeah. Well, at least we still have the phone.
We don't. I can't even call you. They can have the line tapped.
Alan, what's happening to us?
Monica is an evil and a determined woman, and she is out to destroy us. But it's not going to happen. I love you, and you love me, and she can't take that away from us,
How am I going to get along without you?
You're going to hang on to our memories.
I love you so much.
I love you, too. But you got to be strong.
I'll try.
I gotta go.